Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Hope you had a tremendous Memorial Day weekend. If you hang around here in Bozeman area, weather was incredible. And as you can see, I can't stop talking about the weather. It's my favorite time of the year. Well, besides skiing, and fall. Anyway, sorry. Gotta love Bozeman. Here we go. Weekly mortgage rate update. Mortgage News Daily 30-year fixed average today is down to 6.95% APR. That is down from last Friday, which was at 7.02% APR. So we've had a pretty good run this week in rates, considering what could have happened. There's a pretty big decrease in the mortgage-backed securities on Tuesday after the holiday weekend, which wasn't quite anticipated. So we'll take that. Like I said, anytime rates go down, the better. And we've had 6 straight days of mortgage-backed securities price increasing, which makes the interest rates go down because of how the bonds work. But yeah, price increase makes rates go down, and the last 6 days we've had price increases. So yeah, what's attributing to this little run, and hopefully it keeps on. So we're still talking about tariffs. We're still talking about the war. That stuff, as I mentioned last week, if we could get those three big things figured out, which none of them have been figured out, right? What were they? Tariffs, the war in Ukraine, and inflation. So we did get some inflation information today, which I think is moving the markets in a positive direction for rates. Right. So today, PCE, which is the preferred inflation index that the Fed uses, the month over month. Wait, let me back up. Right. So there's two. There is the PCE price index, and then there's the core PCE price index. Right. The core takes out the volatile food and energy components of the index. And so month over month, that came in as expected. Year over year, the core came in as expected. So that's what 2.5% was the year over year, right? So if the Fed is really looking at inflation right now, they would say it's at 2.5. If you look at the non-core, right, the PCE price index, that came in lower than expected at 2.1%. So if you want to look at a number, they're going for a 2% inflation number. That's pretty close to 2. Like I said, even though it's not their preferred one to look at, 2% inflation, doesn't matter how you get there. Sounds pretty darn good. So one thing that did well in the markets a little bit with the PCE numbers is that last 2 months were revised higher. When I say that, like you look at, we'll look at core month over month PCE, all right, that was revised up to, I think the previous month was up to 0.5, and then the previous month before that to up to 0.7, right? So what's going on there is they're contributing that to people buying more stuff because of the tariffs. And so, that would increase the personal consumption expenditure index, the PCE. GDP did come out on Thursday, and that came in consensus. So overall, the economy is not doing the greatest if you look at the numbers. However, prices are going up, right? So this is what is called stagflation. Right, and I think I've mentioned this before, but stagflation is just the idea that the economy is not improving, right? So you have low or no or negative growth in the economy, but you have prices going up, inflation. Um, that is not good for the bond market, but it seems to be pretty resilient on the idea that stagflation might be sitting out there. So um, there's a meeting yesterday between the Fed chair Jerome Powell and President Trump, and uh, President Trump kept beating the drum of he wants lower rates, and Fed Chairman Powell kept beating the same drum. We're making the decision upon data. So there's a stalemate again on that one. Yeah. So what else is going on in the economy? That's about it. Like I said, if you could get inflation, if you could get the two other things under control. On the tariffs front, that's the other thing I was going to mention. Right. Yesterday, a regional court said that Trump could not do a blanket tariff of 10% on every country. Uh, and so they halted that yesterday. And then today, a higher court came in and said, hold on, that other court may not have been right. So, yeah, a little back and forth in the tariff front. And so, like I said, that is completely still up in the air, and there's no clarity there. And then, of course, Trump called Vladimir Putin crazy earlier this week for his attack on Kyiv. And so there's no end in sight on the war in Ukraine. So there's the big three items. Man, this is a long one today. All sorts of information. I guess this happens when nothing came out last week. So anyway, get out there, enjoy the weekend. Again, beautiful, beautiful here in Montana. Couldn't be better. And if I can be of any assistance, you know where to find me. Have a great day. Thanks.